What's up, meatbags? It's the often imitated, never duplicated Tony, TGD. And we're going to be looking at a video from Dr. Evil himself, bas-le-ciel. It's called Nintendo Ruins Lives Arlo versus Alec Andersson. We're going to react to this. Somebody left me a comment. They said, hey, what are your thoughts on bas-le-ciel's video about Arlo? So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to take a look at it. We're going to talk about the video because it is one that has pissed me off so much. You'll find out why. But first, theme music.
Hey, get out of my way. This used to be the hot mix, so you might as well stay. It's time to listen to the geeking away.
All right, so here is the video. Like I said, Nintendo Ruins Lives, Arlo versus Alec Andersson. Now, what you got to know about this video is Arlo and Alec Andersson have no feud. These two videos that are mashed together, juxtaposed by bas-le-ciel, have nothing to do with each other. They are not on the same subject. They have no beef with each other. These videos have been thrown together for no other reason other than to create a narrative that is not true. In fact, I will go out on a limb and say that bas-le-ciel is a piece of shit for what he does with this video and the way he treats Arlo here. With that said, we're going to jump around on this video because we don't care about the Alec Andersson parts. Sorry, Alec, that's not why we're here. We're just here focused on the Arlo parts of the video. Now, the original Arlo video, which he does not link in his description, he doesn't put it, there's no comment section, so he can't even put it in the comments. Arlo's video is 14 minutes. It gets chopped up, taken out of context, and used to create a narrative that's not there originally. So we're going to watch what has been clipped. We're going to discuss it. Now, bas-le-ciel does not actually speak during this video. He just throws up some little text, after Arlo speaks. So we're going to watch it. We're going to comment on what these texts are. We're going to fast forward through the parts that have Alec. And hopefully you'll learn why I said bas-le-ciel is a piece of shit. So let's go ahead. Let's take this journey together.
Okay, so first things first, I'm not deleting the channel. I'm not going to die. I'm not, nothing bad happened. To be completely honest, I've just been having some mental health issues.
So if you haven't guessed already, the video that Arlo puts out is about mental health, his particular mental health, what he's been going through. It is a 6-month-old video at this point, so it was made in about February, late January.
And stuff like that, and I have been on medication.
And I think for most young guys, time to tell yourself.
Really, when I started anxiety medication, and really.
All right, so Arlo's talking about he's been taking anxiety medication, and the anxiety medication is helping him with his anxiety. It's not necessarily helping him with his other issues. So this whole text here throughout the rest of the video, he indicates the very opposite is untrue. Arlo actually never indicates anywhere through his 14-minute video that the anxiety medication is not helping with his anxiety.
Really been helping. Like, oh my gosh, so much helping. Like, it's really incredible how much that's been doing for me and helping me. Beginning of
now, right there was a cut in the video because Arlo goes on to say about he wants to rewind, take things back, and start discussing some other things because Arlo's also been having issues with sleeping.
The year, approximately, started having insomnia, like just not sleeping.
So if you're not watching the video, if you're just listening to my sexy voice, bas-le-ciel says on his video, it says, oh, insomnia, and he's on psych meds for anxiety. Now, in context of the video, Arlo says he started taking his anxiety medicine this year. He does not give a date, but he just says this year. Now he says earlier in the year, he started having insomnia.
I thought it must be the anxiety and all that stuff.
Now bas-le-ciel says, did he actually read the FDA warning?
Thought that must be most of it. Just not sleeping well. Just the brain just won't let go.
And then it says, what are the odds that he's on anxiety meds that aren't impairing the quality of his sleep? So now bas-le-ciel is trying to say that the anxiety medication that Arlo is taking is what is causing the insomnia. Wow. He's wrong on so many levels, and I'm going to tell you why. First off, bas-le-ciel is not qualified in any way, shape, or form to diagnose Arlo. Two, Arlo has never mentioned what medication he's taking for anxiety, so a bas-le-ciel cannot know the side effects of that particular medication if he doesn't know what that medication is. Three, in the actual video, Arlo says that he's been having trouble sleeping for at least a year, which means prior to even getting anxiety medication, Arlo was already having problems sleeping. Four, in the video that Arlo made, he also says that he thought that his sleeping would get better after he got the anxiety under control, which means that he was having sleeping issues that were coinciding with the anxiety. He believed the anxiety was causing the sleep issues. He got the anxiety taken care of. He got medication for the anxiety. These sleep issues continued, thereby indicating that these sleep issues were separate from the anxiety issues.
Oh, and just fall into a deep sleep, just like waking up all night, sometimes feeling like I don't even sleep. And this went on for a really long time.
If you want,
Skipping. Sorry, Alec, we don't care what you have to say.
combination of
My anxiety and
what you've done, which is nothing.
I thought that when I took meds and got my anxiety in check.
It says on the screen, if you're not following along, it says it doesn't even occur to him that the drugs he's taking could be the cause of insomnia rather than the quote-unquote cure for it. He doesn't take drugs to cure his insomnia. He takes drugs for his anxiety. Again, you're misconstruing what he's saying, and you're misconstruing his whole approach to the video in order to create and craft a narrative that's not there. Also, in the clip that you're going to play, he's going to talk about how he thought that clearing up his anxiety was going to help with his insomnia, which again indicates he had insomnia and anxiety at the same time, and then he got one fixed. It was not the medication that caused the insomnia.
Which is nothing.
I thought that when I took meds and got my anxiety in check, that would help. And it also didn't help as much as I thought it would. I did a sleep study and
So there you go. He says he thought it would help clear up his insomnia, but it didn't help as much as he thought it would. Once again, reiterating the point that the insomnia was not being caused by the medication.
turns out I have central sleep apnea.
Now on the screen, it's a little thing from the Mayo Clinic. Drug-induced apnea, taking certain medications such as opioids, including morphine, MS, cotton, Candian, others, oxycodone, roxicodone, oxycontin, others, or codeine, can cause your breathing to become irregular, to increase and decrease in a regular pattern, or to temporarily stop completely. Central sleep apnea symptoms and causes from the Mayo Clinic up on the screen, thanks to a bas-le-ciel. However, once again, we do not know the medication that Arlo is taking. And we also know for a fact that the insomnia was being caused prior to the medications being introduced into his life.
Obstructive sleep apnea is the one most people know about, where just, you snore and there's stuff blocking your airways and stuff. Central sleep apnea means that your brain is not sending the right signals to your body to breathe. So it turns out I don't.
And it says, and it can be a side effect of medication. Once again, still trying to hammer home the fake narrative that the medication is causing the sleep apnea, the insomnia.
Breathe a lot while I'm sleeping.
Now, I want to...
That's what we're doing
here since I've felt like I slept well.
See, again, he says it's been at least a year since he felt like he slept well. Started the medication 6 months ago, thereabouts. A year he's been having bad sleep. That means at least 6 months prior to anxiety medication. I can't say this enough. I cannot stress this enough. The medication is 100% confirmed by Arlo to not be the cause of the insomnia.
And I mean it. I don't feel rested. I've not felt rested in like a year. This year was when I started anxiety medication.
And then he puts on the screen the timeline. Complete coincidence. The timeline, if you paid the fuck attention about bas-le-ciel, you piece of shit, clearly indicates that the medicine was introduced after the insomnia was already present in the subject.
and really, 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 really been helping. Like, oh my gosh, so much helping. When this kind of thing goes on a long time, like sleep deprivation, it is literally impacting my cognitive functioning.
For the last 6 years,
like my brain's ability to be okay and function.
So Arlo's talking about how not having enough sleep, he's basically sleep deprived, so it's causing his cognitive functions to decrease over time. He's having trouble doing normal things. He can still focus, sit down and focus to make a video, focus to do certain tasks, but if he just tries to go about his life, he forgets things, forgets names, forgets why he's going into rooms,
At all. Like I'm making videos and stuff. I can play games, I can make videos. It's a lot harder, but it's like the day-to-day stuff. I forget things. Like you ever open the fridge or go into a room and you forget why you were there. It's like that, but all the time.
one of the real
Words, and it's really hard, and it's made it so hard to just function.
your actions
Functioning at such a minuscule capacity that I never feel like I'm ahead or rested or anything. And it's really, really, really difficult. I just don't have energy for everything I need. And that's why recently I just haven't been doing Arlo Cast, and I haven't been doing roundups because I just couldn't. I just can't manage it,
when you play video.
My own mental, just, it's stuff. I've realized I have ADD or ADHD.
Now on the screen, Bas-le-ciel puts, "Oh, and you think there is no chance that the meds you're taking for ADHD could be impairing the quality of your sleep? You piece of shit." Arlo never once mentions taking any medication for his ADHD. He just said that he went and he realized that he now has it. And he went in, he started talking to doctors, they started analyzing him, he started figuring out that he's got, some OCD, some ADHD, some other issues going on mentally. He never said anything about taking medication for them.
Whatever you want to call it, like inattentive. And, I've learned a lot more about my OCD and all that stuff. And I'm learning more about how my brain works, which is really good. It's a really, really, really amazing thing. I might even do an entire video on just like the mental health video. Without realizing that my brain is wired in a...
Now he puts on the screen about to Lily says, "Oh, right, you're special." No, you piece of shit. Arlo never said he's special. What Arlo said is that he's learning about how his particular brain functions, because some people have chemical imbalances in their brain, which causes them to react to things differently than other people. You see, this is how issues get studied over the years. We discover that people are acting in funny ways, and we analyze the brain, we analyze their chemical makeup. We have doctors and psychologists and psychiatrists talk to people, do all sort of things to learn. They went to all kind of schooling, they got all kind of education, they read books, they did studies, they analyzed brain patterns, they did all that fucking work. So people like Arlo can figure out what the fuck is wrong with them, right? So they can figure out what the fuck is wrong with their brain so they can function as a normal human being. And you're here shitting all over it. You have no degree, you have no doctorate, you are not anybody in any position to analyze anyone's fucking brain, anyone's mental capacity, or anyone's ability to act and function as a normal human being. And here you are shitting on Arlo for learning about himself, for trying to better himself, for trying to right his ship and do good in the world. You fucking piece of crap, Bas-le-ciel.
A different way that makes it...
And he says, this is a biologically real excuse. And he put biologically real in quotes, as if this piece of shit, Bas-le-ciel, is saying that science isn't real, guys. Science isn't real. People do not have different chemical makeup in their brain, do not have mental issues. Bas-le-ciel does not agree with it. He's saying that it's not true. Just fucking, just act right. Just stop acting like an idiot. Just fucking act right, right? Is that what it is about Bas-le-ciel? Like, why can't people just be normal, right? Just be fucking normal. That's what you're saying. No one has issues. No one has any sort of biochemical imbalance in their brain. It's just them making excuses, right?
Difficult. Inattentive ADHD makes my brain.
It says this is for the results of lifelong video game addiction. Fuck you. Arlo doesn't even mention anything about video game addiction, being addicted to video games, or playing video games for a long time. And nothing in this video that you put out indicates in any way, shape, or form that fucking Arlo plays video games way longer than he should, and that he's addicted to video games. This is, again, you spinning some sort of narrative so you can look like you're fucking smart, and you get ass pats from idiots on the internet who think that just because you're articulate that you know what the fuck you're talking about. And the truth is, as I've exposed time and time again, you know goddamn nothing.
Scream at me. Just scream at me to not do certain things. Like if something causes me even just a little tiny bit of anxiety or stress, my brain tells me to ignore it. Just ignore it completely. And it's like,
and then he puts on the screen, it's not possible that he's lazy. Oh no, he regards his own short attention span as a justification for his prescription drug habit. You sack of human waste material. Arlo does not have a prescription drug habit. Okay, he's prescribed medication to help him function, to relieve him of his anxiety, because his chemical imbalance can use a little help, right? You see, medication exists. We have doctors. Once again, we have people who went to school and studied this shit so they can prescribe medication to people who need it. You sitting out here acting as if medication is somehow evil, wrong, that this guy shouldn't be using prescription drugs. He should just fucking be normal, that he's lazy. You fucking piece of crap. That's the kind of thinking that puts us back centuries. You know, that's the kind of thinking that makes certain people less human than others, right? Certain people just feel better than other people, right? They put themselves above. Nah, fuck you, man. This is bullshit. For you to even say this, for you to put this out there onto the internet to make Arlo look bad so you can make yourself feel better, you piece of human shit. That's all. You know, that's all I can really say, because that's all you fucking are. It's just shit.
Like, even something small, even something so small, so insignificant, a problem that would be fixed in literal minutes, you know, like literally minutes. I could fix this and I wouldn't have that anxiety at all. But my brain tells me no. My brain tells me to just look away and don't ever think about it and don't ever do it.
When you're kind of
unfollowed. Goodbye.
That is the end of the video. If we go to the description of the video, you see he's got quit video games, quit drugs, quit everything. Quit video games, quit drugs, quit everything in the description of the video. Comments turned off. Of course they are, because bas-le-ciel cannot handle anybody criticizing him, cannot handle anybody smarter than him. Fuck you for going after someone who has mental health issues, that's out there discussing mental health and trying to get help for themselves. Fuck you for crafting a narrative that doesn't exist. And fuck you for being a horrible piece of shit, narcissistic asshole who has to try to put somebody down just to make themselves feel better. Yeah, you might be articulate. Yeah, you might not swear. You might not, talk the way I talk. You might not sound the way I sound. But facts are, you're a fucking moron that knows nothing about anything, okay? Now, if you got something to say, my fucking comment sections are open. If you disagree with me, let me know. If you agree with me, let me know. And bas-le-ciel, if you want to come over and say some shit, you know where to fucking find me. I'm here every Saturday. Open panel. You could hop on in. You could talk all the shit you want, and I will make you look like the fucking moron you are in front of everybody. And I will clip that shit and put it on YouTube as its own separate video. Guaranteed promise. So go ahead. Make a move. Make something. Let's talk it out. Let's hear what you got to say. Tell me why you felt the need to fucking lie on this man, Arlo, and try to, disparage his good name, try to make him sound like he's a fucking drug addict or some shit. And why the fuck do you think that mental health issues aren't fucking real? Come on, let's have this discussion, Mr. bas-le-ciel. But you know how I do it on this channel. Love, peace, and booty grease. I'm out this bitch.